back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I thought I'd share with y'all what I'm planning to do for my spring and Easter decor. I tend to plan, even in December, start planning what I want to do. I go on Pinterest and I pin some ideas of some things that I kind of want to do with my decor that I currently have, and maybe a few new things that I want to add to my decor. And so what I do is I go on Pinterest and I take a photo of what I'm looking for, or like what I'm wanting to do. And then I will put that in my notes on my phone, and I'll put like where I want to put it in my home, what I need to maybe look for while I'm thrifting or I'm out and about, what I can use that I already have, and just change that up a little bit. And so I try to always do that pretty fairly early on most seasons and holidays and things like that. So when it comes down to decorating, I'm kind of already planned out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And that just kind of helps keep my brain a little bit less scattered. I often will get out my decor and then I'm just kind of like, all right, where am I putting this? What am I doing with it? And it can become overwhelming. So I often like to plan out and think about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. Now, I know everybody doesn't decorate for every season and every holiday, and most of my main staple pieces stay in my home, and I just change up a few things. I often will change out, let me show you something real quick. One of the things that I really like to do when I'm planning my decor is maybe get new prints and change out the prints that are in my frames already. And then I also like to get, focus on florals and things like that. As you can see over there in that picture, I will just change out the florals seasonally, and that's a very affordable way to change up your decor and, not spend a fortune, because there's a lot of times you can, if you decorate for every season and every holiday, you can very quickly spend some money. And so I try not to go overboard with that. A lot of things I've had for years, and I might add a few new pieces here and there. But I mainly want to focus on like my main areas. If I've got it a way I really like it, maybe change out a few little pieces or add a few little pieces to that. So that's what I try to do. And so for that, I often like to change out the prints. Like I got this set of prints from Amazon, I think the year before last, and it came in like 7 or 8 different prints. I just change out the prints that I'm using, and that can add a lot for your spring and summer, Easter, whatever, Christmas, and it's not an expensive thing. I think I paid like $12 for like 7 or 8 prints from Amazon. And that's an affordable way to add that touch of spring without having to go buy all new, wall decor or, all new florals and stuff like that for every single thing that you currently have. You can just add a few touches of it into what you already have. And so I do that. And this set, I'll try to link it down below. This set had a couple different sizes, like 11 by 14, 8 by 10, stuff like that. So that was just kind of a tip of some things that I try to do. So I'm going to share with you some Pinterest pictures of some things that I've kind of saved in my notes that I want to try to kind of recreate with what I already have. And then maybe if I can find a few new pieces, if not, I'll just work with what I've got and it'll be all right. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you my first picture. And this picture here is a picture that I want to do on my dining room table. And like I said, it may not be exactly like that. It may just have a few of those things. I did already pick up a bunny from Walmart, which I'm planning to do kind of like a spring decor haul. It probably will be mostly thrifted items, but I did pick up from my Texas house the little bunny that's in her new line. I just thought it was really cute. I do decorate with some bunnies. I don't go all out for Easter with a bunch of bunnies, because to me, that's not what Easter is about. But in the spring, especially where we live, we have a ton of bunnies just running all over the yard and stuff. So I really like to add in bunnies and birds and things like that to my spring decor. And so I do have that already. And then I do plan to make the stand that is on there. I looked up like a riser like that on Amazon, and then things are ridiculously expensive. And there may be some other places that I can get them. If you have any ideas, let me know down below. But I think I'm just going to get wood and do it myself. I think I can buy the little knobs on the bottom for the riser part and just paint it and distress it the way I want to. And then the thing that has the plates stacked on it, I did order that off of Amazon. I think it was like $5 off Amazon. And I'm just going to paint and distress it the way I want to do that myself. And I think I have florals pretty much already that I can stick in that copper vase. Now that is my problem, is I don't have any copper like vases or copper, even if I could find like a pot or a pitcher or something like that, I would just use that. I love the look of copper in my home, and that gives that cottage core kind of look. And so I'm looking for that. I may not find it for my spring decor, but if we do, that'll be great. I'll add it into my decorating. If not, we'll come up with something else. And then also those like little bud vases that they have there. I did pick up something the other day at the thrift store, and then I ordered from Shein 2 other little bud vases. And they were only like $1 or something. I've tried to find some at my thrift store. They didn't have any. So I just ordered them off Shein. They were like $1 and $2, so not expensive at all. And the one I got from the thrift store the other day was like $2. So I kind of already have that. And the rest of the stuff I will kind of just collect, or I will use what I already have. I really like to thrift what I want to use in my vignettes or my plans for seasonal decor. But sometimes it's hard to find those exact items, so I may order a few little things off Amazon. All right, something else I really like to add into my spring decor is tulips. I love tulips. They're actually my favorite flower. And I bought a bunch of them from Amazon a few years ago. And I think I got like a thing of 30 for like $20. And it's honestly the most affordable place that I've been able to find them. And I just really like the look of them. So when I was looking through Pinterest, that's what I kind of put in, was like spring decor with tulips. And I looked up and it brought up a bunch of like cottage looking, you know, setups with wicker baskets and stuff. And so I thought, hey, I have those. I can add in some wicker baskets. I do want to thrift one kind of like this in the picture, but if I can't, I have some that I can use that are pretty similar. And so things like that. And I like to put them in like my hanging baskets. And I saw where they added them into like the blue vases and things like that. So a lot of different ways that you can use your tulips throughout your home, and just add them in, like I said, your existing vases or baskets or things like that. But I really just like the cottage look of the flowers in the baskets and the wicker baskets. I like to add a lot of wicker throughout my home. I tend to still like a farmhouse look with the cottage look, and sometimes even like a modern look with like the blacks and things like that, like a modern farmhouse look. So I just kind of pull in what I like. I don't know if it's the right way to use it or not, but I just like to do it, you know, that kind of style in my home. And then something else I want to share with you that I'm thinking about doing in like my living room and stuff, even maybe in my dining room, is adding like florals and like gingham and plaid prints. I saw, I don't know if any of y'all, maybe you follow Liz Marie Galvin. She has the White Cottage, I think is what it's called, books or whatever, on Instagram. And sometimes she posts stuff that's just a little over, like I can't do it, like my brain can't handle it. But I thought she posted this picture the other day on her Instagram of like some old quilts with like some plaid pillows, and I kind of like the look of that. And so I'm kind of on the lookout for some like quilts that I can use, like floral quilts. I don't think I have any. I honestly don't think I have anything that's like that. So maybe I can find some. If not, we won't worry about it this year. But that's just something I kind of thought about adding into my spring decor. And I just like the look of that, like the floral prints. Like I said, I can't do too many different designs and textures and prints, like combining them. I feel like that's when I get a little too cottage core and I can't handle it. My brain just can't. A lot of time when I used to decorate, I would tend to go with just like one color in that room, because I would feel like my brain would just explode if I tried to add more. But often you can add in, you know, like a base color and then add in some other colors that coordinate with that. And if you're not sure if it coordinates good, you can always go on Pinterest and like look up that color. Like if you like this blue colors that coordinate with blue. And like this is more of like a royal blue, so I would say that royal blue, or even just do colors that coordinate with the willow tree, you know, print or whatever. Just an idea, because I don't know, sometimes that confuses me. I have in my mind what I want, and then I try to go do it, and I'm like, that did not work at all. That doesn't look good. So Pinterest is kind of like my best friend when it comes to that. It puts in my mind, it puts forth what I have in my mind and shows me what I can do. Because that's my problem, is my sisters used to always make fun of me because I would have to see something before me before I could do it. Like when I would plan a party, I literally would have to like set it up and kind of, you know, plan out how I was going to do it, because in my mind it works great, but then when you go to put it, you know, together, it's just not the same. So those are a few little things that I'm wanting to do for my spring decor. Like I said, mostly I will use what I already have, and just add in a few little touches. But I thought it would be fun to share with you how I want to incorporate a few new things. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to go more towards the cottage, like farmhouse look. I just really like that. I think it brings us back to like a more simpler time. And like, I don't know, I just think about our grandma's house. I know there's like it's called a grandma core or whatever thing. And there is some things that I take away from that, but not all of that, you know. So I kind of incorporate what I like about it and then, you know, leave out the things I don't like about it. So, and I'm sure everybody does that. I mean, there's a lot of times where people will say, I'm modern farmhouse, and you go in there and they have touches of things that are more cottage or touches of things that are more, you know, old style and traditional and things like that. So just do what you like in your home is the main thing I try to get to, because a lot of times we feel like we have to do like whatever Pinterest or Instagram is, you know, sharing. And if we're not with the times. Just do what makes you comfortable in your home. That's what I say. I feel like a lot of times we can get caught up in that, and it's exhausting, honestly, because you will never be able to catch up. Like by the time you get a room the way that everybody says it should be, or your whole house the way it says you should be, that done changed and went on to something else. So that's just how I feel like about it. You do what you like in your home. And I think this will be my last picture I want to share with you about what I want to do. I like I said, in my kitchen to use like wicker and like create vignettes and things that just add in those touches of that season or that holiday. And I already have some like wicker trays and stuff. I would like to find a wicker basket like this. And most of what's in it I already have. I can just add in what I already have. But I just like how that look is. I have like a little blue vase that my sister-in-law found for me yard selling. And I thought that would be pretty added in there with some blue florals. And just everything that's pretty much in the picture, I almost have, I think, except for the basket. I kind of would like to find a basket that's kind of like that, a little bit deeper than like a tray. So that's something I'm going to be on the lookout for. But I think that's going to be it for today. I hope that you got some inspiration. And like I said, if you enjoy looking at Pinterest, but you feel like you get overwhelmed at the amount of stuff, try to scale down to what you're wanting to do in your home. If you're decorating for spring, if you say, hey, I want to add bunnies, or I want to add birds, or I want to add tulips or florals or things like that, kind of scale it down to what you want to do. Like I said, if you already have vases and pictures and things like that that you keep out all year long, just look up ideas for spring florals in a picture or spring florals in a vase, and just kind of get your wheels a turning as to what you want to do. You don't have to change out a ton. I know some people don't do that at all for spring or Easter, and that's fine too. But if you are changing out and you do want to change a few things to give your home that little touch of spring, just look up some simple ways. Start simple. Like I said, change out a few pictures, get some little canvases and add them into frames that you currently already have. Add family pictures that are for that season. You know, like if you had a family photo shoot that was in spring, add in those, you know, change those out. Even if they were a couple years back, just change them out. So that's just some tips that I try to do in mine, because honestly, if I changed out everything for every season, it does get overwhelming. And I did that for a lot of years. I honestly did, where I just changed like my whole entire, you know, everything. Like I took everything out that wasn't, you know, spring related or Christmas related, and it's a lot of work. So what I'm saying is, if you can just change out a few florals in your vases, added that touch of spring, and you didn't have to do a whole lot. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't really long, but I'm just kind of trying to share what I'm planning to do for Easter and spring. And then hopefully I'll have like a haul coming up. Like I said, it probably ain't going to be like a retail haul, like when I went to the stores and bought a bunch of stuff. It's probably just a few things like I talked about in this video that I want to try to thrift, or even maybe go to an antique shop. I have not been to one for a while, and I know the prices can be kind of high, but I really would like to find that copper like vase or copper pitcher or something like that, because I just feel like with the whites and stuff, that copper just really stands out. But anyway, I think that's going to be all for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you did, give me a big thumbs up. And if you can leave me a flower emoji down in the comments just to let me know that you enjoyed this video, that really helps YouTube push my videos out. You don't have the time to leave a long comment, that's fine. But if you can leave me like the little flower emoji, I would really appreciate that. I hope that y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next one.